Good day. This is Pastor Aisha.
And Pastor Tony.
Welcome to Breaking Grounds. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know we had a great weekend. Pastor Tony, something that came in my spirit the other day that I shared with you, and I would like to share with our listening audience, if you don't mind.
Okay.
What came to me was, don't let the circumstances around you affect the state that you're in. Don't let the circumstances around you affect the state that you are in.
Okay. All right.
Now, I'm reminded of, like, for example, we're runners. And I'm reminded of one of the races. Matter of fact, my first race, I took the liberty of putting one of my shirts on. And it was my first race, and I was, like, full of, anticipation. I didn't know what all to expect, and I was just so pumped, ready to go. And, by the time we went to the start line and we was running, and I saw these people running fast. Some was running slow, some was walking, some was talking, and all that, right? So about mile 2 or so, I started seeing people.
Mile 2? How far was the race?
Well, this was 13.1.
Oh, okay.
It was a half marathon. Okay, so, needless to say, it was exciting, but, very challenging.
Okay.
And, mile 2 was good. I saw people. I stopped a little bit, and then I kept running. But what I'm getting to was towards the end, probably around mile 12 with Allen Parkway. I think it's somewhere in there. Anyway, it was this person that I had like a goalie. I was trying to keep up with this person. But this person had to be in his 70s. Okay, and he was good. And I was just so tired. I said, how can this person that's in their 70s beat me? And at the time, I was, in my 30s. I was trying so hard. But what it was I was letting all the stuff that was around me, all the commotion with different people, all the stuff that was going on, I was letting that affect me instead of being focused and content on my main goal was to finish the race. I didn't want to be last, but I wanted to finish the race. But I allowed someone else's race to affect my own race, which take me to.
Y'all were in the same race.
Yeah, I was in the same race.
Oh, okay.
So I was allowing circumstances around me to affect the state I was in. So I'm reminded of a scripture in Philipians 4:11 where it says, Paul says, I've learned to be content in whatever circumstance I'm in.
Okay. That's a good word. Being content.
Yes.
Talking about not letting your circumstances affect your state that you're in. I think that's good, especially at the beginning of the week. And it kind of reminds me of two dimensions. It reminds me of an external, outside dimension. It reminds me of an internal, inside dimension.
Okay.
In that our environment or things that we are in contact with, it's like being at home in a rainstorm. There's a storm going on outside the house. Mm-hmm. And just because it's raining on the outside of the house does not necessarily mean that you have to have a bad attitude inside the house.
Okay.
That's my example.
Wow. Okay, so I think I've learned to be content in all things.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. This has been Pastor Aisha.
Pastor Tony.
Reminding you to stay content in all that you do, no matter what your circumstance is. God bless.